We picked our lime rock green C7 Corvette up at the factory in Kentucky. A couple guys drove it across the country, and then we immediately took our test track, and we found out that it pretty much got the same numbers we got with the silver Corvette that we had here for a comparison test. Yeah. Didn't quite match the acceleration numbers from the Milford test, but that car was on 93 octane, and we're using 91 here in California.
Right.
But otherwise, handling-wise,
brake-wise.
I don't know if we'll ever get the braking numbers we got at Milford. It was a different surface we were working with there, 93 feet. I think this car did 97, but it's still an amazing braking number. Especially it's amazing considering how much dive the car gets. It's a crazy amount of dive. It looks like it's going to hit the front spoiler.
Right.
And the brake pedal doesn't even feel phenomenal. It's kind of a little soft, but those sticky tires, it gets the job done.
Sticky tires and a really smart ABS system that can sort out where the traction is.
The word that kept coming up was balance, especially around the skid pad. You know, it's, you know how like 911s, you can do this thing with the throttle and just go back and forth between understeer and oversteer. Now with the Corvette, it's showing that same degree level of balance where, you know, you can just go back and forth between understeer and oversteer, no problem. And that shows a balanced car.
And it goes over 1G on the basic, you know, stock tires. This is even before the big tire Corvettes come out, right? I mean, we know that there's going to be a Z06 and we know there's going to be a ZR1. So this is just a bone stock. Well, it does have the handling package, but still, I mean, this is right out of the box, base Corvette with a handling package, and it's making crazy numbers. I can't even imagine what the new, you know, big tire Corvettes are doing.
06 and 01.
Yeah. Whoever calibrated the system to allow just enough slide to get a little bit of rotation, you lift off the throttle, get a little rotation, get back on it, and that electronic diff is sorting out where it needs to put the power based on where your steering wheel is pointed and how much throttle you're giving it, and you know, it just goes through like, you know, a warm knife through butter. It's like, it's not even hard. It just, you just point it and it goes.
Yeah. I really liked the no-lift shift feature in acceleration. And, you know,
It takes a little getting used to it.
It takes to tell your brain you're just going to keep it floored. Actually, the coolest thing about no-lift shift is when you use the launch control, because with the launch control system, even though we were faster without the launch control, but when you do the launch control, basically you're keeping your foot floored from the moment you pop the clutch, and then it's just, you know, foot floored, bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, still clutching.
You still have to clutch, and you know, the system takes care of so the revs don't go crazy on you. But it's just crazy with the launch control and the no left shift to just be, you're keeping your throttle floored from the time the clutch is let out. So obviously a lot of people are wondering, you know, how does a C6 compare to a C7? And I mean, you know, this car doesn't, the C7 doesn't have a lot more power. It's got, you know, about 30 more horsepower.
Weighs a little more?
It actually weighs, it's 80 pounds heavier than the last C6 Grand Sport we tested. So it's actually a heavier car, at least the way we have this one outfitted. But what it really is it's more of a complete car. It's more of a balanced car than the C6 was. And, you know, the acceleration numbers weren't dramatically better with the C7. You know, it's about, what, 2 or 3 tenths quicker to 60, a couple tenths in the quarter mile. But again, it doesn't have a lot more power. It does have a little more weight. But where we noticed the big difference really was in the handling.
Yeah, it's how it manages the extra weight. It's like it doesn't even exist. The car just feels tighter, smaller, more complete, much pointier, I guess is a word that I would use. I use a lot. It's when you turn the wheel, it goes right where you point it right now. Our staff was pretty thrilled and full of anticipation for the next year with this Corvette, and it proved that it really is this next generation is a real sports car.